With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series fires things off for a throwback night here at Darlington Raceway. The Southern Sweet Stripe 191 set to roll off here very shortly. 5-minute qualifying session already underway. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. And as drivers begin to turn in those time laps, you can see out there Donald Bennett out on track trying to turn in his fast lap here in qualifying. I tell you what are we getting rid of that track information and go ahead and throw some of that timing and scoring charts up there to the left-hand side of your screen. You can follow along, try to see who will walk away with the pole position here tonight in the throwback race, almost the midway point of this 26 race regular season. Last week we watched the man with the quick time here in qualifying, Maxwell Castro, grabbing the pole position for now. 29.92 is the fast time. He walked away from Dover with the checkered flag and the race win, putting his name into the postseason. Will we see another new fresh face, or will we see a repeat winner here tonight? Only Jaden Gimbel and Ryan Farrell visiting victory lane multiple times this season. And just about halfway through tonight's 5-minute qualifying session, Castro picking up right where he left off, top of the speed chart still. Quick time, 29.92 for Castro. And as things begin to roll down quickly here tonight, I tell you what, why don't we get rid of that timing and scoring for just a brief moment, bring up some of that championship information coming into tonight's race number 12 here in the 26-week regular season. 36 races all season long here. Going to be a long way for a lot of these drivers. And, well, let's go ahead and hide some of that timing and scoring real quick. And why don't we go ahead and get to those point standings coming into tonight's race. There you can see Jaden Kimball continues to lead them all, 54 points ahead of Nicholas Pressey, Ryan Farrell, Tommy Schaefer right there, Charles Urich rounding out your top five. Urich sitting about 87 points or so behind that overall points standings top spots. Schaefer, Urich, Henshaw all battling very close, tight-knit battle right there. You might as well include Adam Wood, Patrick Gaspar in a close battle with Nick Cannon. These are all spots inside of your top 10 drivers duking it out for some top spots in case they have to point their way in. And with the music fading away, time begins to fade off of the stopwatch as well. Only 60 seconds remaining here tonight. 22 drivers putting down a time lap. Nobody able to dethrone Castro at the top of the speed charts. 29.94 is the fast time here in qualifying. And, well, that's pretty much going to do it for us. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, head down trackside for the national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your starting lineup.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air,
back trackside as drivers make their way through final pre-race inspection into the starting grid. We'll get ready to kick things off here in just a matter of moments. Looks like we've got just a handful of drivers still left to get through technical inspection here. Looks like drivers allotted a little bit of extra time to try to make their way through inspection, as there was a little bit of a hang up, a little bit of a miscue with some of the officials trying to get these drivers sorted out and through pre-race inspection. Looks like we're still missing Nick Goebel, Jaden Gimbel, still yet to make their way through a final pre-race inspection, and we should be firing things off here very shortly. But as these drivers begin to make their way through there, you can hear those bells in the background. You know the sound. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Southern Sweet Stripe 191, right here from Darlington Raceway. Throwback night on hand. These drivers going to put down some fast laps as the sun begins to set and rolling off. In row number 1, your pole sitter here snatching that top time in qualifying, the 48 of Maxwell Castro. Matthew Baker will line up just to his outside. Wesley Jeanette. Nicholas Pressey back in row 2. 41 in the 76 back in row 3. Row number 4 here tonight, the 45 of Adam Wood. The 29 of Tommy Schaefer. Eric Hegdahl and Jim Ott will make up a row number 2. Row number 5, I apologize. Row number 6, the 24 of Nick Goebel, and the 81 of Jaden Gimbel. Row number 7 here tonight, Jason Harrison and John Tiller, Tyler Brown, Tyler Gentry, the Tyler row back in row 8. Row 9 here tonight, 31 of Donald Bennett, followed by Glenn Grimm. There's the rest of your running order as the pace car ducks off. Music will slowly fade and drivers will bring these engines to life, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Darlington Raceway. Even down into turn number 1 now. Castro going to get the advantage through the center of the corner. Lots of drivers running the high side here in turns 1 and 2. Beautiful throwback, paying homage to the king himself. Well, we can't call him the king. That's Richard Petty, but you might as well call him the prince then. That's right, Jimmy Johnson. Good old 7-time. How about that beautiful Lowe's throwback machine here for Maxwell Castro? You've got Matthew Baker sitting in second. Nicholas Pressey back in third. Wesley Jeanette, 41, back in fifth. Rounding out your top 5, 76 of Charles Urick close on his trail. And as we work our way down the backstretch here on lap number 2, let's go ahead and throw that timing and scoring up for you to the left-hand side of your screen. And already Castro beginning to build that advantage. 1 second separating him from this battle. Second, third, going at it. Another throwback Ford Mustang here tonight. No, trouble on the track. Darlington Raceway early. Somebody's catching a stripe. I got a notion and I got a feeling. Let's go check the replay. 22 of Hitchcock, a little bit off pace. Looks like he's already banged the outside wall. There he is, up the track into the side of that 44 of Jason Harrison. And there is some big time damage on that University of Kentucky 22 machine. Let's take a look one more time here. Let's see if we can't go back a little bit further, see if we can't find out what happened with Hitchcock. He was battling with Montgomery. Oh, well, there you see, already slow. All that on the backstretch, entering the corner, and just the car does not turn up the track right into the side of that 44 of Harrison. Nothing Harrison can do except try to manage the damage from this point out. Your first caution flag flies here tonight. Early on the track, lap number 3, caution flag flies for the first time. Castro brings the field back to a crawl, back behind your pace car. A handful of takers already to pit road. Randy Henshaw, Nick Goebel, Jaden Gimbel, Jason Ayerson, obviously with some damage to pit road. Tyler Brown, Donald Bennett also going to bring his 31 turn 3 Chevy Z01 Camaro down pit road for attention and service from the crew. Chad Hitchcock involved in the incident as well. He's already on to pit road. He's been on pit road. So a handful of drivers trying to already mix up the strategy here early at Darlington Raceway. Stage number 1, keep in mind, comes to a close here in about 20 more laps. So drivers with a short shootout here to the end of stage number 1. Stage number 2 tonight going to come to a conclusion at lap number 50. It's 146 laps around this 1.3. A little bit of an oddball-shaped track here at Darlington Raceway. We all know the history. We all know the story about that minnow pond. Yeah, you can build a track, but don't touch my minnow pond. And, well, this is what you got. Darlington Raceway, one of the most unique, challenging, confusing tracks throughout the circuit. I myself, I get very lost here when I'm on the track. And I know that sounds kind of nuts, but I really got to pick out distinguishing markers to remind myself where I am on the track if I'm going into turn 1 or if I'm going into turn 3, because the two different ends of the track race very, very differently. Pace car back down onto pit road, and here we go once again to the restart box, and wait for it on the gas. Green flag flies as Castro tries to step away. What about that Burger King throwback machine? Loving it right there. I know that's McDonald's thing, you know, loving it, but how about the King crushing it? Nicholas Pressey right there in third. That's off, my man. That's a great throwback. Handful of other drivers with some really cool paint schemes here tonight. We'll try to get around the track and highlight as many of them as we can, but let's go around the track to a lot of these battles that we're seeing unfold here tonight. Lots of drivers mixing it up. Back in the pack, you can check out Russ Wheeler scooting by. Wait, that's not Russ Wheeler. That's Tommy Schaefer. Tommy Schaefer in the Hardee's 29 machine. If you know, you know. Russ Wheeler, Days of Thunder. No? Okay. Anyways, STP machine shooting by. He's going to grab 2. What about that look on the 42 of John Freeman, man? Check out that Coors Light throwback paint scheme. That thing's looking nice and clean, nice and pretty, as Freeman trying to gain up a couple of spots here. Oh, and the Pepsi machine having a little bit of trouble back in the background. You can see him getting a little bit sideways. 24 of Nick Goebel has a little bit of a struggle. John Freeman able to get by Glenn Grimm for 13th. The 41 now passes the 74 for that 4th position. Battles right there around your top 5. Let's jump back up here, back up front once again. Charles Urick trying to run down Jordan, who's off in front of him in that 41 machine. Telling you, I'm digging that Napa paint scheme as well. Beautiful little homage right there by Jordan and his 41 crew. Oh, and Donald Bennett has some trouble, and Bennett on the pit road. Everybody's still chasing the 48 of Maxwell Castro. Castro was your pole sitter and has stepped out to almost a 1-second advantage already. Once again, after this early restart, Castro almost had a 1-second advantage before that first caution flag. And there it is, going to break that 1-second mark now and continue to try to step away from this field. Let's jump back here to this battle going on. We've got 4 drivers nose to tail. Quentin Stewart, Randy Henshaw, Tyler Brown, Jaden Gimbel. All right here, Gimbel Interesting to see Gimbal in the back of this pack here. The 81 machine has been on a tear this season. As we mentioned in the pre-race, multiple victory lane visits for that 21 of Jaden Gimbal. He's got the most in his back pocket. 3 race wins on the season. Will he make it a 4th? He's going to have a long way to go here tonight if he's going to walk away with a race win. Close quarters racing back in the pack right around that 20th position. Gimbal rounds out your top 20. Whoa, big moment. Wow, did you see Tyler Brown save that car? How in the world he saved that, I don't know. I don't think enough traction control assist would help you save that. That is what you call wheelman. Heck of a save. I may need a new driver's suit after tonight's race, but one heck of a save. Meanwhile, let's shoot a little bit further up in the field. Already catching that Darlington stripe on the right side of his 71 machine. Nathan Line trying to run down. Glenn Grimm just off in front. There you can see that throwback Pepsi machine of Nick Goebel making his emergence onto this scene. He's going to get a position here as now Glenn Grimm down on the bottom of the racetrack. Struggling a little bit is that 08. Looks like he's just trying to drop back through the pack for the time being. Tough little run here for him as Tommy Schaefer now beginning to make his way back to the front of the field. Schaefer lost 8 positions on the start of this race. He's got a long way to go to get back towards the front. Speaking of the front, let's go back to a battle inside of the top 5. There you can see Pressey stepping away from Jordan. Charles Urich right there as well in that 76 machine. Urich with a bit of a throwback. He's got a ton of different Fallout stickers over the past few years. Just all mashed up, thrown up on that machine. And, well, it's the Fallout mashup. That's what we'll call it. The Fallout mashup throwback. That's just a mouthful. Gaps beginning to develop between multiple positions here tonight. Maxwell Castro, your pole sitter, stepping away. There you can see that 48 clean and clear, out in clean air, has himself at least a 15-car link advantage back to Matthew Baker, who has stepped up the pace as well. Baker putting over 1.3 seconds between himself and third place runner Nicholas Pressey. The close battle right there around Pressey, Jordan, Urich are all right there. 3rd, 4th, 5th on the racetrack. They're close running with each other. Another 1.5 seconds back to Wesley Jeanette sitting in that 6th position. There you can see Jeanette making his way off of turn number 2. The throwback Spam Toyota Camry piloted by Adam Wood running in 7th. Start at 7th. So a good solid night right here. He's going to look to try to improve his race over the course of the next 120 plus laps. Let's see where we got a battle. How about Ryan Farrell closing in on the back of Jim Ott? The Auto Owners Insurance number 4 has some company. Ryan Farrell right there knocking on the door, trying to take that position away. We'll take a look on board real quick with Ryan Farrell. There you can see the man inside the machine at work, looking for a pass, and he's going to grab that position from Jim Ott. What an office to have, huh, race fans? Lap number 19 now goes on the board. 25 laps in this first stage. Stage number 2 coming to a close at lap number 50. We do apologize. Had to mute the mic there for a minute. Had to sneeze a little bit under the weather as of late, but we're going to push on through tonight's throwback machine. You know what they used to say about them throwback drivers, them old school dudes. You were going to have to kill them to try to get them out of the car, and, well, you're going to have to pull me out of this broadcast booth if you don't think I'm going to get my job done here tonight at Darlington Raceway. Castro at the front getting the job done as well. Over a 2.5 second advantage, and we've got more trouble on the track. Caution flag flies here on lap number 20. Looks like that 24 Pepsi machine may have been involved. No front clip anymore on that throwback 24 machine. Man, big time damage on Goble's machine. What do you say we go back, take a look, and see how it all happened? Let's go to the Pinkett Ford replay. And just getting super loose off of turn number 4, trying to correct the car, and coming back across the track. Contact with another driver. Contact, I believe. We'll have to try to see who that was. Let's see if we can get another vantage point of that one. But some big time damage there for Nick Goble. Let's go back, check that replay from one more angle. There you can see the car just snapping loose. 24 into the outside wall. It drifts back across the track here. And a hard lick. Hard lick right there. And that, I do believe, will do it for the stage. I think that will put an end to stage number 1. But however, we've got a new race leader at the front. Jim Hunt will stay out. He will lead a lap. So that will give us our second leader of the night. 1 lead change, 2 caution flags on the evening here at the Pinkett Ford Cup Series, brought to you by the International Virtual Racing League, right here on iRacing.com. If you're looking for a good series to follow, if you're looking for a good bunch of drivers to get involved with, you can head on down in the description, find all the information to get linked up and hooked up with these drivers in the International Virtual Racing League. You can find them on Facebook.com. You can also get them right here on the world's #1 racing simulator, iRacing.com. Just head over there to the league directory, type in International Virtual Racing League, and you'll be right there with the admins. Shoot them a little application, and somebody will get right back to you. You can find yourselves each and every Tuesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, rubbing elbows with some fast drivers in these next-gen machines. And, well, Jim Hunt, he's going to stay out here. He's not wanting to come to pit road just yet, so that's going to do that's going to put him at a mighty big disadvantage, I would think, or I would say. Coming back to the green flag, he's going to have over 21-plus lap older tires than the drivers behind him. Will the clean air be enough to keep that auto owner's insurance machine at the front? We'll wait to find out. Going to have about, I believe, 1 lap to go here. We should see the one-finger wave by the boss man in the flag stand as our good buddy Travis Smith, piloting that pace car out there tonight, begins to catch this field all up. Everybody getting to the tail end. And an early end to the night for a handful of drivers already. 25 drivers took to the track. We are now down to just 23 drivers left out there on the track. And it's going to be hard-pressed to see Goble actually get out without losing a lap here. Nathan Line, Nick Goble may end up falling off of the lead lap here. Quentin Stewart drops the jack, and he's going to roll off of pit road. And Goble, he's going to drop the jack as well and put the hood pins back in. And he's going to roll off of pit road. He'll keep himself on the lead lap, surprisingly keeping himself on the lead lap. 71 of Nathan Line. He caught a piece of that coming at the tail end of the spin off of the 24, and Line will fall off of the lead lap. Unfortunately for that Chevy Z01 Camaro driver, Nathan Line, with a big uphill battle from here on out. He'll be struggling to get himself back onto the lead lap. And I do believe that was the end of stage number 1. I believe they're going to call that one for Maxwell Castro. We'll have to check in with the race control here very shortly. But drivers, side by side, down the backstretch, heading into turn number 3. We'll get set and ready to fire this thing back off once again in the Southern Sweet Stripe 191. And as the pace car ducks off, there you see the drivers making their way off of turn number 4 to the restart box on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Darlington Raceway. Jim Ott able to get up through the gears and step away from the field, separate himself by at least 2 to 3 car lengths. Close little battle back there around that 8th, 9th, 10th position, but Ott doing a good job stepping away on this restart. But here comes the run by Castro. Those old tires are going to be no match as Castro takes that top spot down into entry of turn number 3. He'll slide right back to the point and back to the lead of tonight's race. Off of turn 4 at the line, Castro goes back to the front of the field. Jim Ott now going to struggle to try to just keep as much track position as he can, try to run this thing out a little bit, maybe keep one extra set of tires than his fellow competitors there. You can see big struggle out of that 41 coming off of turn number 2 down on the bottom of the racetrack, having to keep the car turned down under. And oh, Jim Ott up into the outside wall. He's going to catch a little bit of that Darlington stripe. And they haven't nicknamed it the track Too Tough to Tame for no reason. Everybody, it's a given. You're going to walk away with contact on the outside wall. It's the good old Darlington stripe, and it's usually a lot easier to find the drivers that don't have the stripe than the drivers that do have the stripe than the drivers that don't. No, that's going to be an end to the stage. No, we went back stage racing, I believe. And we've got more trouble as well, so we're going to try to sort this thing on out, see if that was the end of the stage or if we've got trouble on the track. Quentin Stewart has some issues. Nick Goebel in the 24 also caught up in this latest one. Let's go see what happened with Stewart. There you see the 11 just fighting the car. Oh my gosh! Nick Goebel comes in and collects him on the tail end. Did you see that lick? Oh my goodness. That car absolutely pounded the inside safer barrier. Let's go back with the onboard camera shot here. Riding with Quentin Stewart. It's a little bit out of shape down there, hugging that dotted line. And there's the... Oh my gosh. Wow. That is an absolute hard lick right there. My goodness. And, well, we can imagine Jim Ott. He's going to go ahead and head down pit road this time around. So we'll head back up front with your race leader, Maxwell Castro, grabbing the top spot back once again as we are into caution for the 3rd time here tonight at Darlington Raceway. Lap number 29 now on the board. Just about 21 laps to go here in stage number 2. Stage 2 will come to a close at lap number 50. And then we will have ourselves right at about a 95, 96-ish, somewhere in that range, run to the end of tonight's race in the Southern Sweet Stripe 191, brought to you by the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Pinkett Ford, providing hope and empowerment by enriching the lives of all those affected by breast cancer. Breast cancer, one of those diseases that has pretty much touched us all the globe over. We all know somebody or have a friend or a close loved one that knows somebody that has had to battle this just horrible disease known as breast cancer. And these women, this family-oriented organization started by a group of family members just holding tight to each other, working themselves through the troubled times, thought it would be great to be there to support, hold up, empower, and just educate the rest of the country and the world, that, for that matter, about the different aspects and ins and outs of breast cancer. So if you're looking to find out some information, if you need some help, if you need somebody to listen and talk to, if you want to bounce some ideas off of some people that have been in the trenches and are there to support you for the right reasons, head on down in the description. You can click the link and head on over to the website Pinkett Ford. That's www.pinkettford.org. So with Jim Ott coming to pit road, he's going to drop from second all the way back to 17th now. He's going to have some of the freshest tires throughout this field by staying out and grabbing that track position for a moment. But now, with the choose line in effect, drivers top or bottom at the start-finish line, they'll figure out where they want to fire off from, and your race leader, Maxwell Castro, picks the top. That's going to put the 41 Napa machine just to his inside. John Freeman, Adam Wood back in row 2, row 3 for the restart. 76 of Charles Urich and the 7 of Tyler Gentry, the Cub Cadet. Number 7 looking sporty here tonight, looking quick near the front of this field. Randy Henshaw, Matthew Baker back in the next row. Eric Hegdahl, Glenn Grimm, Jaden Gimbel round out your top 10. Oh, and the 9. The 9's getting an end of the line penalty here to do with that choose line. Tough break for the 9. He's going to have to slow way up here. Wow, tough luck right there for that Napa machine. As the 41 heads to the back, green flag flies once again. Castro scoots away from Freeman. The Coors Light 42 machine slots in on the high side. Got to take that second position with a fair amount of ease. The 45 of Adam Wood right there. 12 of Randy Henshaw. He's got himself a hornet's nest behind him. Eric Hegdahl on the 70 machine has made his way up inside of the top 5 for the first time here tonight. Up 4 positions from where he started from Hegdahl. With a good run. Side-by-side battle now between Matthew Baker and Tyler Gentry. Those two drivers got to sort things out for 6th and 7th on the speedway. Nicholas Presley getting by John Tiller for 14th. So there's not just battles here at the front. There's battles in the mid-pack, battles in the back as well. Oh! Contact with the outside wall. Glenn Grimm pounds that outside wall, and you seen Jaden Gimbel making a run at it, but after the contact, evasive action taken, and Gimbel going to lose a spot to Tyler Brown as well as to Tommy Schaefer. Both of those drivers going to make their way around by the little bit of a oh no moment out of that 81 machine. Oh, we've got a driver going around on the bottom of the speedway. He's able to save it again. That's the 00 of Tyler Brown. How many times is he going to be able to save that machine here tonight? 45. Having a little bit of a struggle here. Adam Wood was running near the top. Now he is fading in the back. Looks like he's had some significant contact with the outside wall at one point in time. Car a little bit skatey underneath that Spam 45 Toyota Camry for Adam Wood. He'll slide up at the track right in front of Glenn Grimm, who's back to a top 10 position. Matthew Montgomery, Charles Urich, the 41 of Jordan also going at it. What about this run that this 41 is going to have? Into the line penalty coming to the restart. And you got to get up through the gears on the gas and begin to slice and dice your way up through the field. Heck of a job so far here. That 41 has already gained 7 positions since the restart. Looking for some more down the backstretch here. Drivers snaking, trying to find some running room, some clean air to get to the front end of these machines to try to help them cut through the corner. Running that Larson line, Harry Gant style, high, wide, and handsome at the top of the speedway. Multiple drivers are running that high lane. Let's go around the track. What do you say we jump around just a little bit here? Ooh, drivers flirting with that outside wall coming off of turn number 2. Multiple drivers almost into it. How about that Jurassic Park T-Rex machine? That's 6 looking sweet out there tonight. Matthew Montgomery with a great throwback look on his car. And I tell you what, let's get a little bit closer. What do you say? Let's go around the track, check out a handful of these paint jobs here tonight. Multiple drivers pulling out some old school feels on the track. And that is one cool looking machine out there, the 6. Running that Jurassic Park scheme here tonight. There's Charles Urich going by the 41 going by as well. Montgomery sliding back 2 positions. And, well, let's jump through the field. What do you say we go up here and check out this nice little homage to the king himself, the STP Petty Blue on that 43 machine. Looking sweet, looking nice here tonight. Ryan Farrell running in 4th. Let's go take a look at Tommy Schaefer. There you can see that Hardy's machine. Whenever I see it, all I can think of is Russ Wheeler on Days of Thunder. I'm pretty sure that car was utilized in NASCAR as well, but Schaefer with a great paint scheme here tonight at Darlington Raceway, as we are just about 10 laps away from the end of stage number 2, the 94 of Nicholas Pressey. Let's go check out this Burger King Have It Your Way ride. Coming around the track, 18th position for this Ford Mustang driver. Pressey trying to make his way up through the field. There you can see the 71 of Nathan Line already down a lap, down multiple laps after early contact here tonight has put him a little bit behind the 8 ball. What about that 77 of John Tiller? Let's go up here, check out the ride on Tiller's machine. Randy Henshaw also sporting a nice machine right here. How about that? Henshaw Cars. Doesn't get much better than that. Little bit of a intimidator look on that machine. Job well done, my man. I do appreciate the machine out there. Just nice and clean. Randy Henshaw running in that 5th position. I tell you what, let's jump back around the track just a little bit. Let's see who else we've got out there. We've already mentioned this man right here on screen. There's that 77 of John Tiller once again as well. Drivers closing in on the end of stage number 2. Maxwell Castro taking that first stage win. He walked away with the pole position as well. So the momentum continues here this week for Castro. Walked away with a win at Dover International Speedway last week. Another very tough short track to try to conquer. And now, one of the toughest tracks on the circuit, in my opinion, Darlington Raceway. Castro seems to be king at the front of this thing, putting his lows of 48 way out front. 2.8 second advantage there. You can see John Freeman way back in the distance, almost out of the framework here. Castro just nice and smooth through these corners, staying mid lane through 3 and 4, away from that outside wall. And I think Castro, one of the very few drivers that have remained clean on that right side. Tell you what, as he dominates tonight's race up at the front of the field, let's jump back to some of the battles on track. There's a ton of them going on right here. Look at this Hornet's Nest back through the pack. John Tiller, Tyler Brown, Glenn Grimm, Nicholas Pressey, Hegdahl, Jim Ott, all involved in this one. And oh my gosh, saving it. Will he lock it down? Let's get to him. Let's see if he saved this thing. Couldn't get the cameraman over to him fast enough, but man, Glenn Grimm's struggles continue off of turn number 2, and he's going to go ahead and pull at the pit road. Looks like he's going to look for some fresh tires, maybe a little bit of track bar in the back of that thing, trying to fix up the turning for him. Big struggle off of turn 2 right now for that 08 of Glenn Grimm, and well, he may very well be saved by the stage break here, coming up in just about 4 laps as we work our way off of turn number 2 back to turn number 3, well and ahead of this field. Arms and shoulders, heads and shoulders, whatever you want to call it. Leagues, zip codes, different states at this point. Building over an extra 1 second gap between himself and John Freeman over the past 2 laps. Almost a half a second faster. Castro with a clinic here tonight from Darlington. jump back to another battle just inside of your top 3. There you can see the 42 losing that second position to Ryan Farrell. Farrell going to take over that second spot in his STP 43 machine. Matthew Baker just lurking in the background. There you can see that 26. So it's a quick little 3-car battle here, second, third, fourth on the racetrack. Randy Henshaw lurking in the distance as well in that HMG Innovations number 12 machine. We've got 3 drivers tied for the biggest mover of the race. All 3 of them up 20 positions. Farrell and Freeman both up 20 spots. Randy Henshaw in that 12 machine running in 5th. He is also up 20 positions here tonight. So what a run from all of those drivers. But how about this man right here? Dominating performance so far. Leading every lap except for about 2 of them here tonight. And there you can see the HMG Innovations Pinkett Ford caution flag flies here once again. 4th caution flag on the evening. But this time it is to signify the end of stage number 2. And it's going to be hard pressed for anybody to do anything with Castro. You're going to have to beat him off of pit lane here. You're going to have to find a way on the strategy. Hopefully it's a green flag pit stop and maybe he trips on his own 2 feet, because the 48 is just class of the field at this point in time in tonight's race. Just about 90 laps will remain when we go back to green flag racing. So as the field comes to a crawl, back behind my good buddy in the pace car, Travis Smith, pulling some pace car duties for us here tonight at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big shout out to you down there, making sure these drivers stay straight on the track. And a big shout out to Race Control and Admin just across the hall from us. Joey McKinney pulling those unspoken hero duties by keeping everybody straight, all the comms clear, and the race control running smoothly. We do appreciate all you do over there in the race control booth. So Joey, hats off to you. Hope you have a smooth night here tonight. Hope these drivers don't work you too hard. And well, with stage number 2 coming to a close, we're going to step away from the track, pay a few bills here tonight. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside as the field goes down the back stretch. Everybody got to go double file high above the track with the turn 3 drone cam here tonight. We're at Darlington Raceway. We're going to kick this restart off at the end of stage number 2 from high above the track with the drone cam. Try to catch some of the action here. That's back through this running order. Maxwell Castro back off of pit road first. Ryan Farrell will be on the inside. Heading to the restart box, and here we go. Green flag flies as Castro nails the loud pedal, and look at him just absolutely scoot away from this field. We'll back up the camera just a little bit here. Oh, close action there between Urich and Gimbal. Big wiggle by that 41. He's going to give up a little bit of time. Now let's jump back here as these drivers continue to sort things out. The double O, we've seen him have multiple slides here tonight. Tyler Brown struggling to keep that machine straight, but somehow that wheelman has kept it out of the outside wall. Side-by-side battle now between Tommy Schaefer and John Freeman. Both of those drivers looking to make their way back inside of the top 5. And how about this? It's a changing of the guard at the front. New race leader Ryan Farrell has stepped out with that race lead. Trouble for Castro. He got into the outside wall, and that opened up the door for Ryan Farrell to make his way by. That's going to be our third different race leader. 3 lead changes here tonight. 4 caution flags total. One of them for one of our stage breaks. Caution number 3 coming out just about 2 laps before the stage break as well. So a tough run here tonight for a handful of drivers. The lady in black has claimed a few victims. The track too tough to tame is proving its name. Chad Hitchcock, Donald Bennett, Quentin Stewart out of tonight's race. The 24 of Nick Goebel with trouble as well. And caution flag flies early on this restart. Looks like we've got a driver with some trouble and slow on the backstretch there. You can see that 26 of Matthew Baker with some trouble. Let's go see what happened with Baker. Let's check the replay. Oh, and Schaefer getting loose. Baker getting loose, trying to keep the car out of the wall, keep the car out of other cars. Job well done by all of the drivers through the field right there. That could have ended up bad for a lot of different drivers. Let's take one more look at it. There you can see it happening a little bit late. Schaefer, Baker, both involved. They both go around. Caution number 5 on the night flies here from Darlington Raceway. Ryan Farrell, how about that? Just when we were going to begin to look at the front of this field and really ask ourselves who's going to go up there and challenge Castro on one of these restarts, run him down and race him for that top spot. And well, we've got our answer. The 43 of Ryan Farrell, he's come to play no games here tonight, not pulling any punches in his STP Petty Blue 43 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Farrell now at the top spot. And with 25 drivers taking to the starting grid here tonight, we have still got 21 out there on the track. Nick Goebel, Wesley Jeanette also down on the pit road. Both of those drivers doing what they can to try to fix their machine to get back out on track, maybe gain a spot or two. Handful of drivers off of the lead lap as we reach lap number 60, just about 10 laps or so outside of the halfway point here tonight. And we've seen Castro at the end of at the end of stage number 1. Jim Ott stayed out, but Castro was able to make his way through the field. I believe he restarted back at around that 4th position, 4th or 5th for that restart, and was able to fire off and make his way back to the front. So it's not it's not all over yet for Castro and his dominating performance so far here tonight. That Lowe's 48 throwback machine has been class of the field. Walked away with the pole position in qualifying. Stage 1, Stage 2 also going in that 48 machine's back pocket. Castro doing what he can to really sweep or maximize the points here tonight, as points are going to come into play very big as we begin to wind down these regular season races. Next week will be the halfway point in the regular season. 26 races here in season number 2 for the Pinkett Ford Cup Series and the International Virtual Racing Leagues Series. 12 races here tonight will go in the bag at the end of tonight's race here in the Southern Sweep 191. So drivers really going to have to start eyeballing maximizing points or eyeballing victory lane and throwing caution to the wind to try to secure themselves in to the championship playoffs. And more so than that, more so than that, 2 weeks time, we're going to be heading to the All-Star race here with the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. So drivers eyeballing that as well. A night to shine with no points on the line. Who's going to walk away with the All-Star victory here? We've got tonight's race in Kansas before we head off into the All-Star race. Mark it on your calendars. May 24th, the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Mr. Smith gets that pace car out the way one more time, and we're going to get set to go green flag racing once again here from Darlington. On the gas, a little bit of a wiggle out of that 48. Doesn't get up through the gears as good with the reaction time here, and that's going to allow Farrell to step out to almost a 4/10 of... Oh, big trouble there for Gimbel. Jaden Gimbel with some trouble down there on the bottom of the track. Losing all sorts of time now. And drivers have got to be careful on these restarts, the heat cycles that they're putting these tires through. Gimbel a little out of shape. Oh my gosh, and we come back and the 71 goes around. Nathan Line goes around coming out of turn number 4. That's going to bring us under caution once again here tonight. 6th caution flag of the night flies as Gimbel has some trouble. That Nathan Line coming off of turn number 4. He's got an issue. Let's go back. Let's see what happened here. Let's see if we can't find out what went on and how Nathan Line got sideways. There you can see coming off of the corner. And looks like the car just kind of turns and oh no, Jim Ott. I hope he's got some auto owner's insurance on that Ford machine. No front clip anymore. Jim Ott's night gonna look like he's racing a modified out here tonight at Darlington Raceway from here on out. Tough break for him and his crew. Jim Ott with some trouble. The 71 of Nathan Line into the outside wall. Heavy front end damage on that Camaro as well. But look at that. Number 4 beaten and battered now on lap number 64. Tough break for Jim Ott. And we'll jump back live once again at the front of the field with your race leader, Ryan Farrell, beginning to pack on the laps led back behind the pace car. And as we do find ourselves with a brief moment here, what do you say we step away from the track for just a brief commercial break, pay a few bills, and we'll be back for all your green flag action. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And backtrack side as promised before the green flag flies once again. Pace car ready to duck off here in the entry of turn 3. There he goes, and here we go once again. Ryan Farrell leads the field to the restart zone. Wait for it, and green flag flies as Farrell hits the gas. Oh, little bit of a trouble back in the pack. Somebody didn't get going. Drivers taking evasive actions. Looks like, I believe that may have been, excuse me, oh my gosh. I believe that may have been the 29 of Tommy Schaefer with a little rough go here on the restart. He's going to give up a spot or two as we get back under green flag racing conditions. We'll go ahead and throw that Tommy and scoring up to the left-hand side of your screen. 2 previous race winners battling it out at the front. It's a drag race back to turn number 1. Castro with the advantage. He's going to slide by down on the inside and reassume that race lead. Man, what a run. What a run down the front stretch and into turn number 1 for Maxwell Castro. He'll reassume the race lead. And a good heads up driving moment there for both of those drivers, as well as that Spam 45 of Adam Wood running back in that 3rd position. Wood with a solid night here tonight. Kind of quiet in his Toyota Camry, but still running up inside of the top 5. Hasn't really made a whole lot of noise. Started back in 7th, but up here now in a podium position as drivers begin to close in on the halfway point here tonight. And I think we're gonna have a little bit of a, well, we've got some tweeting from the car. We've got some messaging and some chatting going on out there. How about Ryan Farrell checking in over there on the chat and the YouTube side of things here on the Turn 3 Racing Network while riding around this track? Man, that is, can I say you're my hero? Is that wrong? I mean, that is, oh no, Charles Urich, trouble on the track. Urich stopped on the front stretch. Oh, the 6 trying to get it. Oh, here comes another car. Oh my gosh, Tommy Schaefer almost into the tail end. Whew. Big moment there for Urich as he spins around on the front stretch. We've seen him out of the back of the pitcher trying to save that machine. The 76 just kind of steps out, keeps trying to save it, but it's like walking the dog. You kind of can just go where it wants to sometimes. Let's go back to the replay, check out what happened here with Urich down there on the bottom of the racetrack. There you can see that wiggle that shot him up the track. And there's that contact with the outside wall. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. How these drivers are able to kick these machines sideways like that and miss a wreck is beyond me. These next-gen cars do not like being sideways. They are very hard to control, very tough to bring back underneath you after they've already got yawed out like that. Job well done by a lot of drivers back through the field. Charles Urich will lose a handful of positions and will jump back up front with your race leader Maxwell Castro as he elects to stay out. Ryan Farrell, Adam Wood, John Tiller, Nicholas Presley, Tyler Brown, Randy Henshaw, Jaden Gimble, Tommy Schaefer, Urich Ott line all to pit road this time by. And with all of those drivers back in the field coming down to pit road right there, your top 6 drivers are going to be at a pretty big of a disadvantage here. Looking at about 20 laps or so, at least 20 laps difference on the tires at this point in time when these drivers reassume their positions on the track. Tyler Brown will beat the field off of pit road. Looks like maybe just a fuel only or a 2-tire stop out of that 00 Chevy Z01 Camaro crew. He's going to come back and rejoin the track back in 7th. Ryan Farrell rolls off 8th, 9th to Jordan. Randy Henshaw right there. How about John Tiller in that 77? And we've been saying it over the course of the past handful of weeks here, race fans. Seeing if we can get anybody to make that move and make the jump. Solo at all times. The 45 of Adam Wood, man. Just only Toyota driver in the field, week in, week out. He ain't got no manufacturer friends. He's just out there doing big things all alone. Adam Wood running well this season as well. He's inside of your top 10 of the point standing. So, again, coming from being the sole driver for the manufacturer represented on the track, there's a lot of weight on your shoulders, a lot of responsibilities to show these other drivers how to get the job done. And indeed, getting the job done not only here tonight at Darlington Raceway, but throughout the first 11 races of this season. Adam Wood having a good run of it so far. But we got a lot of Chevy fans in this field. Wonder if we're going to see a little bit of change after the throwback weekend here tonight at Darlington Raceway. Multiple drivers sporting some throwback schemes. There you can see the Tide machine of Jason Harrison lurking in the background. The Burger King have it your way. 94 of Nicholas Presley. Excuse me, my goodness. Adam Wood also with a nice throwback. The Spam machine looking pretty good out there. The Pepsi throwback, 24 of Nick Goebel, unfortunately down on the pit road. Once again, that 24 machine has lost a ton of laps here tonight. Early trouble here has put him 43 laps down in tonight's race. It's going to be a tough run and a tough go at it for the 24, but how about the perseverance? You can't fault the man for staying out there and just fighting for every point available. And as drivers have went through the choose line, we'll jump back to the front with your race leader as Maxwell Castro has chosen the top. Egged on the 70 machine, he's going to jump down to the bottom as the 42 of Freeman elected to go to the high side. Tyler Gentry right there. Going to roll off on the restart back in third. Matthew Baker, oh my goodness, also to the outside of the racetrack. And down goes the pace car, and here we go back to the restart box. Race fans, stand on your feet if you're ready to go back. Green flag racing, because here we go. Green flag flies. Once again here at Darlington Raceway, Castro able to get away from the field. How about Baker? Big push on the back end of that 42 machine. Side by side between Hegdahl and Freeman off of turn number 2. Freeman's going to win that battle for the time being. Everybody will stack up off of 2. Down the back stretch once again. Baker going to let that 70 of Hegdahl have the position for just a moment. We'll watch him to try to regain that spot here with a good run down the front stretch here. Whoa, big moment for Hegdahl. He gets loose on the high side. That's going to open the outside lane to that 26 of Baker's side. Oh my gosh. Big wiggle by the 70. Did you see that? Now, to tell you what, race fans, let's go on board right here with that 70 of Eric Hegdahl. And there you can see the 43 of Ryan Farrell going back around, utilizing the bottom of the racetrack, taking that position back. Good look back off of the tail end of this 70 Chevy Z01 Camaro, looking at that 7 Cup Cadet machine of Tyler Gentry. Gentry all over him as we head to turn 1. Oh, and there you can see Baker with some issues. Baker's going to lose a handful of positions as now we go back to Matthew Montgomery. That Jurassic Park number 6 machine. There you can see Baker still losing positions. Now able to slot himself back in line all the way back into 10th position. And how about the surprise of the night? Let's jump back outside of the car. How about the surprise of the night? Somebody that we're typically seeing near the front of this field really just struggling here tonight. Whether it's being deep in the traffic or just an overall struggle here tonight, just Jaden Kimball cannot seem to make his way up through the field. He's been as high as 8th position on the track here tonight, but really just an all-out struggle for speed in that 81 machine. We'll have to see if he's got long run speed built into the car. We'll see if we get that long run, that green flag pit stop, because that will change everything. I guarantee you that. A green flag pit stop at Darlington. Do you know how hard it is to get to pit road? We haven't spoke about it, but a very unique entry to pit road. You got to get real low. There you can see it starts the entry way back there. And before you even get to turn number 3, it's really on the back stretch. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to blow by it. It's easy to miss here at Darlington Raceway. Baker now makes his way back up through the field. He's going to grab that 8th position away from Tyler Gentry. Set his sights now on that 94 Burger King machine of Nicholas Pressey. Eric Hegdahl trying to hold on to that 4th position in front of the 45 of Adam Wood. Ryan Farrell now all the way back to 3rd. That 43 is fast here tonight. I'm telling you, you better watch out. Castro better keep his elbows up, head down, and looking out of that windshield. Don't worry about the rear view mirror, because pretty soon you may see Ryan Farrell on your rear deck lid. Let's go up here with the battle for 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack, as Ryan Farrell has closed in and has caught up to John Freeman. Whoa, Hegdahl loose back in the background. You can see that 70 machine having some trouble. And once again, Farrell to the bottom of the racetrack in turn 1. He'll grab that spot away, slide up the track just a little bit, and off of turn 2, he pulls by 3 car lengths all the way down the backstretch. Going to open that up to about 5.5 car advantage for Farrell. Half a second between himself and Freeman already in less than 1 lap time. I'm telling you, Farrell has got some speed. Last time around, just a little bit slower than your race leader, but we'll use this lap in clean air for both drivers as the measuring stick. We'll see which one of these drivers is faster here tonight. We've got our eye on the man running in 2nd. He has made his way back up through this field. Ryan Farrell running really well here tonight. Farrell at the top of the speedway in 3 and 4. Castro by the line last time around, a 30-38 this time for Farrell, a 30-25, so he is about a 1/10 of a second faster, and you're gonna see that time slowly dissipate over there on the left-hand side of your screen. Farrell is closing And tell you what, let's go back here. We've got a long train of cars back in the back outside of your top 10. Well, really, it starts right around Adam Wood and continues throughout this field. You got a little bit of a gap back from Baker to Jordan. And then the big string of cars, once again, Gimbal is right there. Urick, Montgomery, Gentry on screen right here in his Cub Cadet number 7. Tommy Schaefer, the 29, recovering here. Whoa, the Hardys. Throwback paint scheme on that 29 machine has seen some better days. You can see the right side beaten and battered near that right front tire. Schaefer looking to regain some spots here. Qualified 6 positions better than where he runs here tonight. Schaefer looking to try to make his way back to a top 10. Top 3 drivers stepping away, separating themselves as we cross the line this time around. We'll have lap 89 on the board. 146 laps here tonight at this 1.3 mile track. The Southern Sweet Stripe 191 for the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Great racing action right here around that 14th position. There you can see 77 of John Tiller starting to close in. Running in 15th for now, the 00. Oh my gosh, and around goes the 7. He's off track. We'll see if the caution flag flies. Whoa, way up the track. And caution flag will fly here on lap number 90. We've seen some possible contact coming from that one and causing the issue for that 7 of Gentry. Let's go back. Let's see if we can cue that one up. Do we got that one? Trying to wait, get a thumbs up from the production crew over there beside me and see if we've got that one lined up and ready to go for you. And it looks like, yeah, they're giving me a nod of the head. So let's go to the replay. Let's see what happened with Tyler Gentry. Hard racing there with, I believe that's the 77. And there's the contact. There's the contact. John Tiller and Tyler Gentry come together off of the corner. Contact between those two drivers, and that's what brings our latest caution out here tonight. Multiple drivers to pit road will rejoin the field with Nicholas Pressey now at the front for the first time here tonight. Nicholas Pressey will go to the point. That's going to give us our 4th different race leader. 5 lead changes. 8 cautions on the night here tonight. From Darlington Raceway, and for a very tough, tricky, technical track. Drivers doing one heck of a job maintaining their composure, confidence, and concentration. It takes a lot of concentration to get around Darlington Raceway without any incidents on track. Whether it's here in the virtual world or right there on Sunday or Saturday nights where the big boys play in the NASCAR Xfinity and Truck Series, it's a rite of passage, really. You come to Darlington, even if you run well, I promise you, the right side of the machine is not going to look like it did when you unloaded it off of the hauler. That's why that Darlington stripe is so famous. It's kind of a badge of honor. You got to be on the edge if you're going to get it. Typically, we see those Darlington stripes really from the drivers that are up there running that high lane, that extreme high lane that we see so much here at Darlington. And when you're that close, one little miscue, one misstep, and, well, you're already there at the outside wall, and there's nowhere else for you to catch it except that outside wall. So we could go through the field here and seriously highlight a lot easier the drivers that have that Darlington stripe as opposed to the ones that don't, because it's going to be a big difference. Majority of this field, I would probably say about 95% of the field, is more than likely got a Darlington stripe. We don't have the statisticians for that number to be worked out for us. But, I mean, look right there. Race leader. He's got pretty significant scrapes down his right side. Maxwell Castro clean and clear on his Lowe's 48 machine. Also the 43 of Ryan Farrell. He looks fairly clean on his right front. Looks like there may be a little bit of a crinkle there. You can see it just over the light right in front of that Goodyear tire. We've seen Baker go around multiple times here tonight. It doesn't look like too significant contact with the right side. And, you know, looking through these front drivers, that lets you know something as well. The drivers that are able to keep it out of that outside wall afford themselves a good running spot, typically. I mean, they're all up here in the front, all within the top 6 positions. Those are your cleanest drivers here tonight as far as not having any trouble or incidents or rubs with another driver or the outside wall. So we'll see if this trend continues. We'll see how Nicholas Pressey goes about this one. He's going to have about 20 laps older tires when we drop the green flag here in just a moment. Good buddy Travis Smith, check on out for me. There you go. Appreciate it. Down out the way. Field comes through turn 3 and 4, and we'll fire it off once again here from Darlington Raceway. In the Southern Sweet Stripe 191, green flag flies. As Pressey nails the gas, Field goes roaring by that start-finish line down into turn number 1. Out of turn 2 now comes the Field there. You can see him, everybody chasing after Nicholas Pressey. Right up next to that outside wall at times are drivers. Jaden Gimbel, latest driver to get up there next to that outside wall. Possible contact with the outside wall. We didn't see any significant wiggle damage or sparks. Oh boy, 43 of Farrell with some trouble. Back down the backstretch. Pressey continues to, oh my goodness, and Uric, oh my gosh. Did you see Ott and Tiller right there? Jason Ayerson also caught up involved. We've seen it right there in front of our eyes. Drivers in the background also torn up. My goodness, caution flag flies for the 9th time here tonight. Let's go back. Let's check this latest replay. Let's see how it all went down, what happened, because we've got multiple little incidents going on at the same time. Let's check this one. Let's see what we got there. You can see that 44 time machine. Oh, Jason Ayerson just trying to catch the car. Oh, wow. The 77 absolutely ate that outside wall. John Tiller. Wow, that is a huge, huge lick. Man, let's go check that out from John Tiller's rig. Do we got one? We onboard camera shot here with Tiller. Through the corner. Oh, you can see that massive wiggle by Ayerson. Oof. Oof. That is a very rough hit for Tiller. Somehow able to drive away from this thing. I don't know how he was able to do that, but still heading around the track, man, that's just a testament to how tough these machines are. Let's go see what happened with Randy Henshaw. There you can see Uric sideways. Henshaw caught up and involved. There you can see him trying to keep it out of that outside wall, just not able to at that point in time. Tons of drivers with contact here. Uric with issues. Hegdahl, Ott, Gentry, Freeman, Henshaw, Tiller, all caught up and involved in this latest incident. Man, that was a big one here at Darlington. Let's go back to your race leader. Elected to stay out under our last caution. What's he do this time around? Looks like he's going to stay out on track once again. Nicholas Pressey with the clean air. Able to keep Maxwell Castro at bay on this restart. A job well done. And crew chief's taking notice of this as well. We've seen a driver struggle a little bit earlier here tonight with a little bit older tires than what Pressey has on that Burger King 94 machine leading this field. Fast forward at the front is Pressey. But with that, it's a 17 lap difference. It's not quite over that 20 lap difference mark that we seen earlier here tonight. That I believe it was the 4 of Jim Hunt that elected to stay out with some older tires, about 24, 25 lap older tires. And it did not pan out. It did not pay off for that 4. He headed back through the running order, then got caught up and involved with some on-track incident and some heavy damage. Now on the front end of that 4 of Jim Ott. But this 4 driver, let's check on him. Let's go inside the machine. What do you say we get a quick look at him? There he is, inside of his office. Nicholas Pressey leading this field here tonight. The driver out of New York City, showing the Southern boys how to get it done. And the Southern Sweet Stripe 191 right here from Darlington Raceway. 146 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We are right on to that 100 lap threshold. Drivers ready to roll. And the track too tough to tame will, well, add to the add to the junkyard list here tonight. 25 drivers took to the starting grid. We are down to just about, it looks like about 15 drivers left on the track, with only a handful left on the lead lap. 14 drivers being shown on the lead lap. Randy Henshaw trying to get off a pit road right now and not lose this pack for the restart. So Henshaw, last driver on the lead lap, sitting back in that 14th position. Charles Jurek, John Freeman still down on pit road trying to fix their machines after this latest contact. In trouble. Latest caution flag all the night. We're ready to fire things back off once again. Race leader at the top. Castro at the bottom to the restart box. Deep into the restart box. Green flag flies. Pressey nailing the gas, man, getting off to a good start. How about Atwood jumping right to the high side? He's going to leave the 48 Lowe's machine down on the bottom to fend for himself. And Castro says, well, no problem. I can do it all on my own. He'll slide up the track and into that second position, but he's got company behind him. Matthew Baker, how about the recovery here for Baker? We've seen him involved in a handful of incidents here tonight. In that 45, you can see that Darlington stripe, a little bit of a bounce off of that outside wall. How about Tommy Schaefer? Moments ago, we were talking about him outside of your top 15, and here he is in that Hardee's machine running in that final position inside of the top 5. Jaden Gimbel, he was struggling all night. Here we go, just past the 100 lap mark. And that 81 machine has found a way to the front. Gimbel going to take that 5th position away from Schaefer for the moment. Close racing off of 4. Ooh, boy, close racing right there. How about that 43 of Ryan Farrell? All over the tail end of Schaefer, all over the tail end of Gimbel. He wants those positions back. And Gimbel, big slide. Can he keep it out of the inside wall? He's going to keep it out of the inside wall. He's going to keep it rolling, and we stay green flag here from Darlington. Big moment there before Gimbel. We've seen him have some trouble off of the corner exit. Oh, and way into the outside. Oh my gosh, here. Wow. Big moment there. Big moment. Tommy Schaefer with a big moment. Big slide through the corner. He's going to give up a lot of track position now here as we're back under caution for the 10th time here at Darlington Raceway. Let's go check this replay out. Let's see what happened here with Schaefer. There you can see him top of the track. Just slides up into the outside wall. Contact with Farrell back across the track into the 41. Ooh, the 7. Almost made it through. I think he caught a little piece of that. Jim Ott also with some trouble here under this caution, trying to check up for the trouble. Ott goes around. Seen it happen live on camera, and that's just kind of what happens sometime here at Darlington Raceway. You sail it off into the corner, into that outside wall, contact with the driver inside, and well, that's what it is. That's what happens, and as drivers make their way down a pit road, there you can see your race leaders coming down pit road here on lap 104, 10th caution of the evening here in the Southern Suite Stripe 191 from Darlington Raceway. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back trackside as the field receives the one to go. Everybody going past the choose line. Looks like Maxwell Castro leads the field off of pit road, so he'll have the first choice. He goes right to the top of the speedway. And some trouble at the choose line for that 94 of Nicholas Pressey, and he's going to have to go to the tail end of the field. Tough break for him. We've seen multiple drivers get hit with those penalties coming to that choose line. Baker will assume the front row down on the bottom of the 26, looking to turn his race around, and here we go. Off of turn number 4, once again coming to the stripe. Field in the hands of Maxwell Castro. And the 48 waits for it, and he's gonna... Oh, we're gonna stay under caution. We're gonna stay under caution here. We are not gonna go green flag. Looks like they're gonna extend this caution. Race officials trying to get everybody into the proper positions. We'll go one more lap around the track, and well, that's gonna allow us a little bit of a moment to walk through some driver highlights and spotlights. What do you say here just past the 100 lap mark? Dominating driver here tonight. Walked away with the pole award. Bolt stages in his back pocket. Most laps led here coming very shortly. That Lowe's 48 of Castro will bring the field back to the green flag. He sits in first. Matthew Baker now to his inside. The Texas native looking to conquer the track. Too tough to tame here at Darlington Raceway. Great run so far here tonight by Baker, overcoming some adversity and getting himself back to the front of the field. Ryan Farrell right here. Inside of your top 5, the 43 will line up second car outside lane with Eric Hegdahl just to his inside. Haha, Eric, you're from TR. How about that? I got to come see you, buddy. I'm down here in Inman. We'll get together. We'll talk about that sometime. Green flag flies once again. Oh, and Hegdahl with some trouble. He's going to drop back through this running order. Some trouble on the restart there for the 70, so let's jump back up here at the front of the field with your race leader, Matthew Baker, trying to chase down Castro at the front. Baker's got some help. He's got some company. Farrell looking to get by with Tyler Brown and Tyler Gentry going at it. It's a tango of Tylers here. 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Gimbel still struggling. Big struggles here tonight for Jaden Gimbel, and that 81, big trouble again off of turn 2. He's going to make it work and gain a position here on that 7 of Tyler Gentry, who's starting to fall through this field. You can see drivers knotted up off of turn number 4, the 45 of Adam Wood, trying to make his way by that 7 of Tyler Gentry. Gentry still running inside of the top 10, sitting in 6th for the time being, but drivers closing in fast. 45 of Adam Wood in that 6 of Matthew Montgomery. He's going to bring the 41 right along with him. The modified machines representing out there tonight. How about Nathan Line right here running some decent pace, decent speed with these drivers through the corners. It's really where they suffer is that long stretch. The front stretch and the back stretch is really where the speed troubles come from, that 71 as well as the 41. Back of the field running in 9th is that 41. So, I mean, even with no front clip, still able to get some good pace out of his machine. Nicholas Bressy trying to make his way back up through the field. You can see that 94 machine. There he is, making his way by Charles Urick. Urick down off of the lead lap, sitting 3 laps down here tonight in that 15th position. Oh, we've got a driver with some trouble. Tommy Schaefer. Big moment for Schaefer. His night almost went from bad to worse with that big slide off of turn number 4. He'll keep the machine straight and out of the walls, and we'll keep ourselves under green flag racing conditions back at the front of the field, though. Let's check back in with your race leader, Maxwell Castro, only able to get out to about a half a second advantage as the battle continues between Matthew Baker and Ryan Farrell, 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack. Farrell with that solid run, man, up 19 positions. He's got something figured out. He's got to get a little something else figured out here. He's got to find a way around that 26, and he's got to find a way to run down Maxwell Castro. Those have been your 2 class of the field cars really here. We've seen Castro lead a ton of laps here. With the past 2 or 3 laps led, Castro has captured the most laps led here tonight from Darlington Raceway in the Southern Suite. Stripe 191 brought to you by the Pinkett Ford Cup Series here for the International Virtual Racing League. Pinkett Ford, providing hope and empowerment by enriching the lives of all those affected by breast cancer. If you're looking for a great organization to try to jump behind in back, I can't think of a better one to get behind than pinkettford.org. You can find the link in there, link in the description. Head on over right to their website, get all the information that you can need or possibly want. Some great resources out there provided by the great organization that Pinkett Ford is. And if you know somebody, or you know somebody that knows somebody, we all know somebody that's had to deal with this at some point in time. breast cancer affecting a vast majority of individuals throughout the country and throughout the world. So I can't think of a better group to stand behind than the pinkitforward.org group. Head on over to pinkitforward.org. Gap starting to develop. We still got that battle second and third on the racetrack. We'll look at it one more time here. Working their way off of turn number 4. Ryan Farrell trying to chase down Matthew Baker. Very close action between these two drivers. How about, ooh, through turn 1. What about that run by Farrell? Almost into the back end. Will we see a little bit of Logano action later on here tonight? We'll have to see if it's short track racing or a bump and run. We'll find out, I'm sure. Castro begins to step away now, though. 1.2 second advantage for your race leader back around that 7th position. Let's go back here. Adam Wood, Tyler Gentry going at it, 6th and 7th on the racetrack. Wood able to make his way by the Cub Cadet number 7, and that spam machine starting to check out just a little bit. It's starting to build the gap. He's going to try to run down the 81 of Jaden Gimbel, who's about a second and a half out in front. But now with the clean air on that 45, Adam Wood looks to step away. Nicholas Pressey, Matthew Montgomery going at it. 8th and 9th on the speedway. There you can see those two drivers knotted up running with each other. Closing in on Tyler Gentry now. So things slowly starting to spread themselves out. 3 wide down the back stretch. They'll figure it out before they get to the corner. Nicholas Pressey thought better of it. He'll back out and fall back behind. Gentry and Montgomery. He's going to look to take another shot at it. I can guarantee you that here in just another handful of laps. Let's jump here with that 81 of Jaden Gimbel because he's got company. Adam Wood is slowly closing in. One lap machine in between these two drivers who are going to be, oh, in contact. Oh my gosh. How did Nathan Line keep that thing going? I don't. We just watched that. He saved that thing. I don't know how. That's about the 5th or 6th different save here tonight that I don't know how they did it. That was absolutely a wreck. They just didn't crash. Down to the final few laps of tonight's Southern Sweet Stripe 191 right here at Darlington Raceway. 146 laps in the official race distance. We'll cross the line this time around. 122 goes on the board. We've got less than 25 to go. And Ryan Farrell is there. To the inside, contact. Wow, contact through the corner. A little bit of a door slam and checking out now. Ryan Farrell immediately jumps to a 1.8 second advantage over Castro. My goodness. Castro, heavy damage on that Lowe's machine. He was class of the field. Now the big time right side damage, slowing that 48 Lowe's throwback Chevy Z01 Camaro. Matthew Baker able to make his way by and into that 2nd position. And Castro continuing to lose time now. How about Tyler Brown, man? I'm telling you, how about this guy right here? We've seen him sideways at least 2 times here on screen tonight with huge, huge saves. And here he is, coming to 21 laps left in tonight's Southern Sweet Stripe 191. And he's going to make a pass. And he's going to put himself into a podium position. Unbelievable run back up through the field after some huge, huge moments. Tyler Brown, hats off, my man. And a night that is going to look like a disappointment for a lot of people in that 48 camp. Maxwell Castro right here running in fourth. Let's go take a look and focus right here on that 48 Lowe's machine. There you can see the scrapes and damage on the driver's side after the contact with Ryan Farrell. That put the 48 into the outside wall, and Castro has dropped like a rock. The speed is gone in that 48, and he's going to be hard-pressed to even keep himself inside of the top 5. Adam Wood closing in very quickly here with now just 19 laps to go. Matthew Baker and Tyler Brown starting to heat things up second and third on the racetrack. Tyler Brown last time around was about a half a second faster than Baker. And I don't know if Baker's just struggling or if he's trying to save some tires to get a good long run here to end up with a little something at the end to try to run down the drivers in front. But whatever it is, he is a little bit off pace there. You can see Brown now looking to the bottom, not going to quite get there as they head down the back stretch, coming right at you. There you can see Maxwell Castro, who has lost a ton of time right there, running in that fourth position. Adam Wood starting to close in. Brown to the top, looking for the spot, not going to quite get there. He'll get the run down turn number 1. Have a little look, not going to get there just yet. The double O going to stay in third for the time being. Gaps around the field. Whoa, big move here. Check that out. Right on around. How about the move there by Tyler Brown, able to take that position through turns 1 and 2. Utilize the backstretch to create a gap, and now we'll see if the clean air on the front of that double O serves him well. We'll see if he can't run down your race leader. It's 8 seconds. He's got 16 laps. We'll see. That's going to be a lot to ask of your car and your driver, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this battle goes as well. Trouble now for the Jurassic Park throwback painted up Chevy Z01 Camaro number 6 machine of Matthew Montgomery. He's going to drop a spot to the 41 and move back to the 9th position. Still a solid run, though, here tonight for Montgomery, up 17 positions from where he started. That's right, Shotgun Sally, tail end of the field, last driver in line. Here he is inside of the top 10 with a solid turnaround here tonight. Jaden Gimbel is beginning to slowly close in, but he's still got himself about 2.5 seconds worth of a gap that he can play with here. As the 12 of Randy Henshaw goes to the top of the speedway, and he'll go right on around Henshaw with some fresher tires than some of the drivers through the field. And now Tommy Schaefer pulling that Hardee's 29 Camaro down to pit road. Are we seeing drivers needing to come to pit road? Maxwell Castro will lose that position, and he'll lose another, as now Nicholas Pressey will put himself into the top 5 here in the closing stages of tonight's race. Lap 132 now goes on the board. We've got just 13 laps here tonight from Darlington Raceway in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Once again, we do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. We do apologize about the voice and some of the voice cracks and and things of that nature. A little under the weather, but we're still getting this thing done here, just like these drivers pounding the pavement on the track. Too tough to tame. The Lady in Black, Darlington Raceway, hosting race number 12 here in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Drivers well on their way to the halfway point in the regular season with 8 different race winners. It looks like Ryan Farrell will try to pull even in the winners column with Jaden Gimbel. Farrell will try to put that 3rd race win in his back pocket and pull even with Gimbel, who's also got 3 race wins already here tonight as we head into race number 12. Gimbel and Pressey both top in the point standings. Ryan Farrell right there, 74 points out with 2 race wins. He's looking to make a big jump with this race win, and fellow competitors having a little bit of trouble here. Nicholas Pressey back rounding out the top 5, and Jaden Gimbel all the way back in 10th. Last driver listed on the lead lap. When did you think we were going to say that this season? Man, what a turnaround of races here. Drivers in the front, now in the back. Drivers in the back, now in the front. We've got drivers that have been pretty much where they've been all race long. Drivers with pit road problems. Drivers with troubles off of turn number 2. And it's a story of... excuse me. It's a story of redemption here tonight for a lot of these race drivers. A lot of these teams have had to overcome a ton of adversity to get the positions and get these good finishes that they are. Adam Wood, he received an end-of-the-line penalty coming to a restart. Matthew Baker's had issues and troubles. He's had 2 spins. Nicholas Pressey has had some trouble. And now Pressey going to pull off and head to pit road as race leader Ryan Farrell also comes to pit road. Ooh, almost missing that entry was that 94. Close little break right there. Matthew Baker, he's going to stay out on the track and he'll reassume the race lead. Give us our 8th lead change here tonight amongst just 4 different drivers. There's only been 4 drivers. I apologize. There's been 5 drivers at the front of this field. And it's coming down to a fuel game. Fuel mileage game here. We've got 7 laps to go this time around. Is anybody going to be willing to risk it? Is anybody going to be willing to run the tank dry, try to get their first win? Baker, Wood, Castro still out on track. They've yet to come to pit lane. Matthew Baker was last to pit road back on lap 106. Jaden Gimbel now rounds out your top 5. Last time he was on pit road was at lap 104. So all of the drivers inside of your top 5 may be on a fuel strategy. We'll see which one of them got it figured out. Adam Wood, he's going to go ahead and give in. He's going to wave that white flag, and he's going to go ahead and head to pit road this time around to top off in fuel. And who would have thought right at the end of tonight's race that we would end up with a fuel mileage game going on here at Darlington Raceway? We've seen a rash of cautions here tonight. 10 cautions in total. And the 146 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We are now past that 140 mark. Just 5 laps remaining, and I believe that 26 of Baker is cutting the engine off. He's got a 4.2 second advantage over Maxwell Castro. As Castro saved enough fuel, it looks like Castro's a little bit quicker here last time around. The 32.61 by Baker. Let's see what Castro runs in this time. Castro going to be way off pace. 32.95 last time around, so now no longer closing in. Baker, Castro, Montgomery yet to hit pit lane. The gamble by Jaden Gimbel is not going to pay off. Gimbel going to be relegated back to that 5th position as now Ryan Farrell, who has been to pit road. He's got enough fuel. He's got the tires. He's making his way back up through the running order. And now Farrell moves himself back into 3rd, just 18 seconds back. That's going to be a lot to ask in 3 laps. I don't think he's going to do it. But can Baker stretch the fuel? Can he do it? Ooh, a little bit slow out of turn number 4. Charles Urich almost into the outside of him, almost into that left rear quarter. Urich had to gamble just a little bit, making an invasive move in popsicle sticks. Now on display for your race leader, Oh, and he's into the outside wall. Baker into the outside wall as now Ryan Farrell trying to run down Maxwell Castro for a second. How about this? Can he get it done off of turn number 4? Here we go, heading across the stripe. White flag will fly. We've got the 1 to go here in the International Virtual Racing League, brought to you by Pinkhead Ford. The white flag flies and Baker will get it done. How about that, man? I'm telling you, fuel strategy coming into play, coming in to the final few laps, and I don't know how much fuel he's going to have left, but how about the job well done by Matthew Baker? He'll cross the line with the race win, and he will secure his spot to run for a championship. How about that from the Coasting Thunder 26 machine? Man, Matthew Baker, job well done, my man. That's absolutely amazing. I hear you, Kathy. I'm wondering too. I hope he's got some gas. He can't win the race and then not be able to give the fans in the stands or the fans watching around the country and the globe a little bit of a smoke show. Sold out packed house here tonight from Darlington Raceway in the throwback evening. Oh, Baker's going to give it his best shot at a smoke show here. We'll give him an opportunity. He'll put it up against the wall, and there it is, burning it down for the fans in the stands. We'll see him pull a little bit of a smoke show here. There it is. Yes, sir. Getting it done here tonight. Matthew Baker walks away with his first checkered flag of the evening, and I think he may be out of fuel now. So, yep, out of fuel. He's going to head to pit road and make his way to victory lane. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's throwback night here at Darlington Raceway, race number 12, now in the book for the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. The Southern Sweet Stripe 191 has come to a close. What a race, what a night here from Darlington Raceway. And I tell you what, we'll jump right on into some of your post-race interviews. Let's see if we can go dial up the driver that walked away second here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word or two with the man inside of that 48 machine. Maxwell, it's Dave. You got me?
Hey, yes, sir.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling after a solid second place here tonight?
Oh, I feel pretty good. Car was excellent. It was cool to have the Jimmy Johnson 2007 throwback scheme. Darlington throwback's really cool. So it was good to rep that car and get pole and win stage 1 and stage 2.
Yeah, at one point in time, it was earlier here tonight. I mentioned your paint scheme because when I came into NASCAR and really fell in love with it, Jimmy was a rookie, and naturally I grabbed a hold of him. Lucky me, right? And I said, paying homage to the king. Well, we can't call him the king. Let's just call him the prince. But man, love the paint scheme out there tonight. Dominating performance going on for you, and then a little bit of trouble. How did you make your way back to that second spot?
Yeah, I was saving fuel on the get-go because I knew it was going to be tight. And so I saw the 43 coming, so I was just going to run high and give him the line. But he chose to just wreck me and put me in the fence because he's upset. He made a little comment when he got by me, something about losing talent. Well, he lost all of his, so it's a shame to get wrecked by a slower car, but happy to still, finish second with a shot to still win, even with the car tore up. And, all that matters is the 48 ended up in front of that 43.
Well, we'll let you drivers get into that. We'll keep ourselves clean and clear. We don't like elbows and fists flying at us in the production booth, so we'll just let that one lie with you guys. But nonetheless, man, like we said, a heck of a job here tonight. Pole position, both stage wins, fast car, even with some damage, still fast out there, running well at the end of tonight's race, second place here tonight. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, huge shout out to my boys back at the shop, the Elk Grove Ford Quick Lane. Those guys are cheering me on and always watching. And huge shout out to the Turn Left Go Fast guys, John Freeman, Matthew Montgomery, Glenn Grimm. Appreciate you and everything you do for this league. Great commentary. Just a huge shout out to you as well, man.
All right, well, we do appreciate it. I know the teammates and admins appreciate all the love as well. And, well, man, you couldn't go back-to-back victory lane performances, but still walking away with back-to-back podium finishes. So, job well done on that. We'll see how that helps you out in the points, and we'll see how you go at Kansas next week. What do you say?
Oh, absolutely. I'll hope to be back in the mix there.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words for the man walking away with second after a little bit of controversy coming from his mouth. Says some things, and we'll let that lie where it's at, but it is what it is. Maxwell Castro, dominating performance here tonight, but unfortunately finishes back in that second position. Tough break for him and his 48 crew. Big homage and shout out to the paint scheme on that car, honoring the 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson. And, well, let's get to the man of the moment. Let's get to the man of the hour, walking away with his first win this season, coming on throwback night. Man, you can't be any happier. Baker, how you feeling inside of that 26?
Feeling good. Glad I could save enough fuel there to get a little burnout at the end, but didn't think I was going to have enough. I was 2 laps short starting that run. Well, actually 3 laps short starting that runoff. Glad I could save enough.
Yeah, myself and I believe maybe Mom in the chat. Not sure. Miss Kathy out there. Well, Kathy Wilford, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Mom.
Okay, there you go. See, I was right. Don't you never second guess the broadcaster, my man. No, I'm just kidding. We were wondering if you were going to be able to burn out at all. Like, would you have the gas? We both hoped you did, and well, you had enough to put on a little bit of a smoke show. But let's get right to it here. With this race win, you got yourself into the postseason. How good does it feel to know that you've got the second half of the season to kind of just build a buffer zone when we head into round one?
Yeah, it feels real good. I definitely can help the teammates out, see if I can get both of them up to playoff contention and get them on the board so we can all, dominate round 1 and 2 and try and bring home the championship this year.
Well, man, you had a great race here. When did you notice? When did the crew chief come across the horn and let you know, hey, look, if we do this the right way, we ain't got to come back to pit road? When was the strategy decided for you inside of that machine?
I think there were a lot of short runs with about 80 to go, so we kind of made the decision if it gets within 40, 45, we're going to come pit, and that's going to be our last fuel window, and just hope we can make it, and glad it came right around lap, probably with 40 to go. I knew I could save enough, so came down and was able to save enough there to the end.
Well, job well done, my man. Congratulations on the race win. Congratulations on the first win of the season. Getting yourself into the postseason no matter what happens from here on out. So congratulations on everything you accomplished here tonight with your checkered flag. But before we let you go and enjoy the celebrations, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, thanks to Coast and Thunder, Baker and Sun Construction, Warriors Wrap for giving me the sweet paint. No, it's not a throwback, but I love this wrap. It's one of my favorites. And thanks to the family back home watching, MBG Motorsports for sticking by me all this time. And thanks to you for putting on the broadcast.
Absolutely, my man. Well, again, congratulations. Enjoy this race win. And you never know. Let's see if we can't talk to you at the end of next week's race at Kansas. What do you say?
That sounds good to me. Too tough to tame at Darlington. Doesn't happen too much, so I'm glad I can tame it this time.
Absolutely. Well, job well done again, my man, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Matthew Baker getting the job done. Seeing that he could make it on fuel and absolutely killed it. Had enough fuel to give a little bit of a smoke show at the end of the race. So, I mean, what better way to walk away with a race win at a very, very tough track than to throw strategy at the entire field, and nobody gave him a second thought. Nobody thought he was going to be able to save that much fuel, and lo and behold, there it is. He's in victory lane. Matthew Baker punches his ticket into the postseason and walks away with the checkered flag here tonight from the Southern Suite Stripe 191 in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. What a race it was tonight. And no, you can hear those familiar tunes and sounds in the background, producers hitting the button, so you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results, walking away with the top spot in the checkered flag. 26 of Matthew Baker takes the checkered flag at the track. Too tough to tame, no more for that Chevy Z01 Camaro. Baker parks it in victory lane. Maxwell Castro dominating performance here tonight, but falls short. The 48 will walk away in second. Ryan Farrell brings that 43 machine home in that third position. Rounding out your podium drivers, Matthew Montgomery back in fourth. Tyler Brown fifth. Sixth place tonight to Nicholas Pressey. Adam Wood down in seventh. Tyler Gentry. Jordan in that 41 machine. How about Jaden? Gonna round out that top 10. Tommy Schaefer, Eric Hegdahl back in 12th, John Tillard 13th, 14th tonight from Darlington Raceway belongs to the 12 of Randy Hinshaw. Charles Urich back in 15th, Wesley Jeanette will come home 16th tonight. 17th place belongs to the number 4 of Jim Hott. Glenn Grimm in the 08 finishes tonight's race back in 18th. 19th tonight from Darlington Raceway, the 42 of John Freeman, and rounding out your top 20, the 44 of Jason Ayerson. Mick Goebel, Quentin Stewart, Donald Bennett back in 23rd, Chad Hitchcock in 24th, and rounding out the running order here tonight in the 25th position, the 71 of Nathan Line. Big shout out and tip of the cap to that race control and admin just across the hall, Joey McKinney, keeping all these drivers straight under yellow flag conditions. And well, That's it for the running order. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords and get ready to head on out. But first, if you haven't already, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation. And as always, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop that thumbs up for these drivers. Click subscribe. Smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.